talking with John Whitaker, who is the Executive Director of iChallenged. And John, thank you very much for being with us, along with other distinguished members here. But I'd like to start the conversation with you, just to give people a little bit of an idea of what iChallenged is, where it came from, how it came to be, and your role in it right now as Executive Director.
Okay, well, iChallenged, first of all, is a nonprofit that focuses on or is for people with low vision challenges. And we have two components, a component of preventative measures through a clinic, a medical clinic. Those measures include surgery if it's necessary to prevent blindness, or as simple as a pair of glasses and a correction in sight. The services are a complete range in that clinic. And ultimately, if a person does become legally blind and needs a training, they can be passed to the training segment of iChallenged. And in that training segment, we can give them computer skills. We do job and jeopardy interventions. We can go on a person's job and look at equipment needed to preserve it as their sight reduces. And all sorts of technology to aid a person in empowering them to go on in life as normal.
So in the first step, you're coping with the people, helping people to cope with whatever that loss of vision may be, partial or complete. And then after that, working with them, whatever their environment may be, in order to get them to be able to maximize their experience there. Doctor, let me jump to you in terms of your involvement. Dr. Bernard Miller, who is here, you're the Director of Clinical Affairs. What are some of the things that you can do for people who present themselves with vision loss?
Yeah, there's actually two components. Those who have lost a good portion of their vision, we have a low vision clinic, and utilizing low vision telescopes, microscopes, magnifiers, we're able to enhance the vision that they have remaining. And in many cases, we can bring someone from 2200, which is legally blind, to 2020, 2030, okay. Enabling some even to drive. Those who have total loss, of course, we go back to computer training. The other component is to prevent the loss of vision. And so we have a number of programs really geared for people who are uninsured, those who have glaucoma and have no insurance. When you have glaucoma, the annual cost of evaluations, examinations, medications is $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. And so we're able to provide those services at close to no cost. For the cost of an eye examination, a medical eye examination, they're covered for the entire year. Visual fields and very specialized photographs of the back of the eye, and medications, which are very costly. We're able to provide that at no cost. We have a cataract program. Those, you're 50, 55, you have no insurance, you have no Medicare, and you have cataracts. And where do you get someone to do a cataract surgery? You can look high and low. You're not going to find anyone until you find iChallenged. We get referrals from Kresge, we get referral from Wayne State University, from a number of clinics throughout Metro Detroit. And then, of course, our diabetic program, again, having diabetes and not having insurance, we try to catch diabetes early before there's bleeding in the back of the eye. Right. If there is bleeding in the back of the eye, our program covers laser at Kresge Eye Institute. Which every laser procedure is $1,500.
Yeah, it sounds like that iChallenge in many ways is kind of a safety net that captures people who might not otherwise be able to get any of those kind of services.
Absolutely.
And Ted, is that part of why you've been involved with the blind for many years yourself, as a teacher as well? That must be something that is near and dear to your heart as well.
Well, the thing is, it's number one, it's important if you can limit or prevent the loss of sight. And then number two is if you lose your sight, then to keep on living effectively. And I guess one of my favorite mottos is that it doesn't matter if you're blind as long as you don't lose your vision.
Leave it to you to come up with that.
I say that for you, Foster.
Thank you.
That would be something you would do.
That's right. I'll have to write that one down. I'll put that on a plaque someplace.
Yeah.
I love that, though. That is great, because many people who would otherwise have fallen through the cracks, John, it sounds like iChallenges catches them.
That is really true. We really look to empower people with the challenges that they have in the area of vision. If they're going through a loss, we try to enable them through better sight, or intervene if they're going to lose their sight in a way to preserve it. And if they do lose their sight, then we have programs in place to help them continue a normal life.
So how do they connect the iChallenge, doctor? Do they connect through the clinic first or through iChallenge?
There's a number of medical clinics and agencies in the metro area that serve the uninsured. Mercy Primary Care Center on the east side, Cabrini Clinic in Corktown, Joy Southfield Community Center, Chass Clinic. The list goes on, and these agencies are all part of our network. They're referring their patients to us in an effort to prevent blindness from glaucoma, from diabetes. Okay.
I'm curious, Ted, as somebody who has dealt with people in a school systems, for instance, who are blind, is there a challenge for people, pardon the pun in this, but is there a challenge for them to connect to iChallenge? How do they find you?
Well,
That I can't answer, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can, from the training point, we are known to the Michigan Commission for the Blind, which is now the Bureau of Services for Blind Persons. And they engage maybe with us 40 to 60 students a year for computer training, for job and jeopardy interventions. So a lot of the referrals come to us through them for the training, and also for medical evaluations. They're referred to the clinic for a legal examination to determine if they are legally blind or not, and if they qualify for the benefits that they offer, or the services that they offer.
And also the internet. Okay, the internet is an amazing vehicle, and people are finding us. You don't have to be a member of a clinic or an agency to come to our clinic, and people are finding us. One of our biggest problems or challenges is that we're getting referrals from way outside of Michigan, and you have to be close to where we're at.
Is iChallenge fairly unique in that sense? Is that why you're getting the referrals from outside?
Terribly unique. We may be one of a kind. We may be one of a kind.
I don't know of any other services that combine a clinic and a rehab facility as well as one working.
That's a powerful combination.
As one working unit, and it's pointed toward the goal of helping anyone, and specifically toward those that are underinsured or uninsured. Is we really want to step in where there's not looking like there's a lot of hope because of means capability.
With our outreach programs, though, and with the internet, we're expanding our horizons. John, our outreach programs are going beyond borders.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Ted, and I know as part of the board of directors, I'm going to guess that you're also involved in the fundraising and keeping this thing. How do you keep this great kind of program going?
Well, John provides good CEO, and I was wondering if we wanted to tell the website to go to for this, to how people could find out more about it.
Absolutely.
What do you think, John?
Absolutely.
Give them the website.
Okay, well, the website is www.ichallenged.org, and I'm going to spell that out, but it's a little different. That's
Please do.
ICHALLEND.org.
With lowercase I.
Right, right.
And it's not case sensitive, but we like a capital C and a lowercase I just to.
But
And I think
it doesn't matter.
No, and it's also been designed, I think, to be good for JAWS and for the other
That
readers
is
that are
correct.
out there as well.
It's reader friendly.
And that's important to tell people because there are going to be people who will be surfing the internet with JAWS and some of those other things who can get to websites that are just graphic and make it very difficult for them to move around. And you've optimized iChallenge so that people can get there and move around it very easily.
Quickly explain what JAWS is.
That's a good point. People might not know. Well, there are several things, software programs that work on PCs, the Microsoft products in particular, that read the screen. So they translate what's visually on the screen into verbiage so a blind person can hear what he's navigating on the screen. JAWS is a program that accomplishes that task, and it's called a screen reader. There are other programs. JAWS is one of the ones officially recognized by Michigan as its preferred program. There's Window Eyes, there's a no-cost program, which is good, which is NGDA. Okay, it's free, and we use it in our outreach programs. So they're all screen readers.
And Ted, as somebody who is visually challenged from birth, what particular one do you use to get on the internet? This is a way of talking about how people get to this.
Okay, well, I use JAWS as a screen reader. It reads to me what's written on the screen. Plus, I have what is called a Braille note that I have a choice. If I connect to the internet, I can read in Braille or in speech. And I like both, because sometimes you can't understand or don't know quite what they're saying.
Sure.
But if you can feel it and read how it's spelled, and for instance, John, I want to clarify this because he said NVDA, and I think that's important. I find a lot of times on radio on that, NV is in Victor, not boy, but Victor, D is in dog, A, and it's worth going to and getting it, checking it.
Excellent. And you have around your neck, maybe describe what you have there just kind of quickly, just for people who are looking at this and wondering why you're carrying a purse.
Well, open it up, Ted, so they can see the keyboard.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I don't know. Yes.
Tilt it
This-
toward.
Yeah, just tip it forward a little bit so people can see. There you go.
Like that? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is called a Braille note, and these 6 keys here are the Braille keys that make up the alphabet, A, B, and you combine them, you make the alphabet. And this is the space bar, and this is the enter key, and this is the backspace key. And it's very wonderful to use because it speaks to me, plus it produces Braille right here on the Braille display. So I can read it in Braille, or I can listen in speech.
Main menu.
There, I've got it to the main menu.
Volume 27. Volume 28.
Okay, now I can type. I can go to the internet with this, which is wonderful. In fact,
Oh, it's Wi-Fi connected?
I go. I don't know about here if they got Wi-Fi.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You could connect to it through the
If
internet.
we're Wi-Fi. In fact, I go to the Internet Explorer or the I go to your show all the time.
Right.
And right on here, and then I.
Keyword menu.
I'm at the main menu.
Folder name.
Okay.
Press enter for Zyda.
Okay. Well, I'll go there. Okay.
Document
okay.
to open.
I'll put.
Press enter for Zyda. J for info.
Okay. I'll put Foster.
Foster.
Okay.
Document does
Okay.
not exist.
It doesn't.
Oh dear.
Top
Okay.
of document.
Okay, all right, now I'll just, I don't know if this will be, I'm gonna slow the speed down.
Rate 7. Rate 3.
There, this,
Rate 4.
okay, now, okay, here, now I'm just gonna write a little message, okay?
Who is Older?
Oh, I made a mistake, O-L-D-E-R.
A.
Okay, there we are.
Older.
Okay, who is
Bottom
older?
of
Okay,
document.
Foster,
S. I.
Foster.
Block commands menu. Exit.
You know, I don't know if you have experience with this, but
O.
when
Getting
you,
nervous.
when you try to hurry, you make
Yes,
mistakes.
yes,
You know?
yes.
New
Okay.
line.
Okay, now I got who is older, okay,
New line.
okay, there.
Faster. Or. John.
So now,
Line.
if I want to, I can read this with my fingers and I love it, or I could do space with the letter C, meaning current line.
Blank.
Oh, wait a minute, back line.
Who is older, faster, or John?
Okay.
All right.
And you guys can argue about that. Okay? Okay.
Main menu.
But this is a wonderful piece of equipment.
Sure.
And again, this is what iChallenged does. One of the arms of iChallenged is to teach using computers, using Braille, and like the Braille note that I have, and now I think we have a group that teaches the iPhone, right, John?
That's right.
That's right.
The
Matter of fact,
iPhone has
yes.
become quite prominent.
Getting back to iChallenged, how long has it been around?
Well, iChallenged has been officially around for going on 3 years now. It's interesting to note that we do not have any brick and mortar. All of our teachers can teach remotely to students, so the student can stay at home, or we travel to the student's location. All of our trainers, and we have no employees. There's not one employee with iChallenge. They're all contract people that agree to train with us and sign an agreement for training, and then we go about and assign students. But they have to go through a review process and training process to become a teacher.
Now, Dr. Miller, you work with the clinic. I would imagine at the clinic you have other people working with you in this, taking care of people in terms of the physical needs of their eyes, et cetera, right?
Yes, yes. We have some of the highest technical equipment available. I want to go back to the services. All of these services, learning Braille, learning computer technology, many of those services are available through the Michigan Bureau of Services for Blind Persons. And so I would ask anyone who might be interested in those services, they may be able to help obtain our services.
Sure, they can access your services through them. That's a very important point. How is it going in terms, you talked about 3 years ago having a challenge with fundraising, et cetera, and the organization. How are you doing with the clinic? I mean, that's I imagine a very costly kind of a thing.
You know, we do a lot of self-funding. We have some patients that have actually donated money. We have a grandparents program for people without insurance who need glasses. As simple as a pair of glasses. But if you can't see without your glasses and you have no funds to pay for them, it's critical that you get them. And so we've provided probably 24 patients with glasses each month who have no insurance. Yes.
I'm just curious, if John Whitaker, Dr. Bernard Miller, and Ted Lennox, if you had all the funds that you wanted, what would you do? What's your next step? What would your vision be for a future where you could do what you really wanted to do?
I think we have different visions. I mean, because we have different components. My vision is, and this sounds really crazy, but I really believe in it, is the blind can teach the blind better than a sighted person can. And we've worked out a very good method of training people through remote capabilities, and we've proven out that by working with Jamaica, Lebanon, and Kenya. We have students in all three places and a major program going on in Jamaica. I would like to teach others so they can reach out and help others in other countries and other areas where they're less fortunate than our nation. Now, I also feel that there's a strong need to help people in our own nation. Even with the insurance and the technology that we have, some people just don't have access to it for whatever reason.
It's been a problem taking care of patients who are uninsured, who have diabetes. We get the laser surgery for them. When the retinal specialist says they need a cataract operation, we're able to obtain the cataract surgery. But many of them need a more expensive surgery, a vitrectomy, where they clear out all the debris in the eye. And the hospitals we work with can't provide that. And so if I had $50,000, we'd be able to help at least 50 people see again through a vitrectomy.
We do have donations, individual donations coming in. They're in the $10,000 to $20,000 range per year. The iChallenged is or a nonprofit. All of our financials are on our website. Last year we brought in about $100,000, and we ran this whole ship on $100,000, and we probably provided somewhere between medically, I don't know, $250,000 to $750,000 worth of services. So we can leverage what we have very highly. The whole point of going after funds is we want to help more. And
you want to talk about June 7th or not?
Well, I wasn't going to talk about that, but I will. We're having a walk.
Since you mentioned it.
Well,
Yes,
it
brought it up.
answers Foster's question.
We're having a walk to End Blindness on June 7th and 8th.
First annual.
Our first annual. It's meant to be an annual event. And we really, it's in Farmington at the Shiawassee Park. and we hope to have about 2,000 people there. We're inviting everyone, families, anyone that's interested in walking. There is no entrance fee. It's a 24-hour marathon from 7 in the morning on the 7th through the 8th in the morning, and you can come and walk for 15 minutes, and there'll be clowns and tents and music and kind of it's a celebration again, and it's being sponsored by businesses. And our main income is through businesses, and anybody can walk for free. I mean, you know, most walks they want to hit you up for at least a couple of hundred, in some cases
For a
thousands.
registration fee of some kind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have one.
So corporate sponsorship is what we're looking for.
More. We need about 40 to make our goal.
Okay. So until June the 7th, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
7th, that's the goal, is to gather that kind of corporate sponsorship.